Isagi failed to adapt. Nigeria is physically crushing Japan, and just when Isagi was about to reach his next evolution, someone stepped in and shattered his ego on the spot. But before we break down the most shocking moment of this new chapter, make sure to subscribe if you're chasing greatness like Isagi, and don't forget to drop your theories in the comments. Let's dive in. The chapter opens with Oliver Aiku, Japan's captain and sharpest reader of the field, breaking down Nigeria's strategy. He calls what it is single point concentration. Everything Nigeria does flows through their ace striker Onazi. Their aggressive, physical and brutally directed team built to force errors and overpower. But Aiku smiles. Because while Nigeria might have raw force, Japan has versatility. They don't depend on a single egoist. They're a network of weapons, all deadly, all unpredictable. The war isn't just physical anymore, it's a battle of styles. And Aiku knows Japan's edge lies in intelligent chaos. Kuso, Nigeria's captain, clears the ball for a counter. But before the play even breathes, Japan reacts. Ryo Mikage and Yoichi Isagi close in like predators. Ryo whispers, "Hunt." Isagi just replies, "Yep." No other words needed. The synchronization is absolute. Kuso, shocked, realizes this isn't just a fast reaction, it's preparation. Japan is playing 3 steps ahead, pressing as if they've already seen Nigeria's movie before. And they have. That's what makes them dangerous. Kuso tries to recover the rhythm, aiming another pass to Onazi, but Karasu intercepts it with ease and roasts Kuso on the spot. I could read your thoughts like an open book, amateur. It hits hard. This early in the game, barely 2 minutes in, and Nigeria's predictable game plan is already unraveling. Japan goes on the offensive. Karasu and Hyuri appear to set up a 1-2 pass, but it's a feint, a trap. Karasu never intended to pass it to Hyuri. He was just baiting the defenders. The real target? Chigiri. He appears on the far side and takes off a crimson blur. The defenders can't keep up. The play switches wide as Chigiri breaks down the flank and curves a sharp cross into the box. Kuso sees Rin Itoshi moving and panics. But the next moment rewrites the entire chapter. The cross is deflected. It looks like a failed opportunity. But Isagi, he's already there, moving before the ball even lands. He saw the rebound before anyone else did. He whispers in his head, "It's mine." That's when the chapter title clicks, Nucleus. Because right now Isagi is the center of Japan's evolving strategy. Whether or not Chigiri meant to pass it to him doesn't matter. Isagi is anticipating the play with pure metavision. But then the unexpected. As the ball spins mid-air toward his strike zone, a foot enters the frame. A foot that doesn't belong to Japan. The chapter ends just before impact. That foot, highly likely Onazi's. Or perhaps Isagi has been devoured by another egoist. Isagi's transcendent goal, the one he saw before anyone else, might be snatched at the last second. This isn't just a game of goals anymore. It's ego versus ego, metavision versus instinct, versatility versus power. If Nigeria wants to stay in this fight, they need more than brawn. They need to evolve. Because Japan, they've already started. Will Isagi claim the goal he saw coming from a mile away? Or will Onazi remind us why he's Nigeria's ace? Or is there another blue lock predator lurking around? And if you're still watching, then you're one of the real ones. Till next time, keep chasing your ego.